Hey, welcome back to my channel. If you're watching this and you've seen some of my other videos featuring the J.Mascis Squier Jazzmaster, this is my 120-day review. I did a 60-day review that's pretty popular. So I kind of wanted to talk about a few of the things I did to change the guitar. Not many, except having it set up and having a pickup change. And so I think this will be a kind of as we go, or as I go, I'll probably be changing out the rhythm pickup or the neck pickup as well down the road, and just try different things for fun. I really love the guitar. It's quite different than the Strat, and definitely different than my Paul Reed Smith and my SG. I've been playing it quite a bit. I find it a little more challenging to play, like I mentioned in my previous review, as far as like just how big it is and how long it is. It's slightly different than the Strat. The neck is definitely bigger, like I mentioned before. But the only real thing that I did change is I put a different pickup in it. And after kind of doing some research, I was checking into the Curtis Novak pickups that I've seen mentioned quite a few times, and they had all sorts of great traditional Jazzmaster pickups and other kind of pickups, and considering these are P90s, not Jazzmaster pickups, I kind of wanted to keep the neck original for a while, but I also wanted to have the flexibility of having basically a humbucker in the bridge. And Curtis does what he calls a stealth humbucker, which is a humbucker in the size of a normal Jazzmaster pickup. So I put it in, and I kind of like the results. I definitely like the less noise part. I use a lot of gain, a lot of fuzz, and this is pretty new. All the fuzz is pretty new to me. Like, I have not played one gig with fuzz, so that might be interesting down the road. I've used tons of drive, lots of really high gain pedals before, not with this guitar, and not really recently. So I kind of wanted to do some quick like sound bites to see what I can kind of come up with. Kind of doing an ambient thing. I got a El Capistan, the Strymon, and I thought that'd be fun to try. I've been trying to do more looping things, but I wanted to bring more textures into it without making it too complicated. I bought the timeline, or I traded for the timeline, and that's just too complicated for me. So I'll probably put a picture of my board up right now, or in this whole process. And it's pretty much stayed the same, just added some fuzz, different fuzz pedals, and trained different things. And then the El Capistan is actually the biggest and newest addition. And so, yeah, so I'm going to try a few samples, sound samples, and I'm also going to try some high gain, like ideas, to see what that sounds like. And let's see if the Jazzmaster will do metal, which we all know it will, but with a different pickup, maybe different results. So there's just a quick little shot with some loop I made earlier using the El Capistan to kind of do that sound on sound. that Robert Fripp used so effectively on quite a few records, Let the Power Fall, and quite a few others. So huge fan of that, and if you've watched my channel and watched reviews of records, I talk about Robert Fripp quite a bit. And I kind of try different ambient things as well, kind of in that same wheelhouse of stuff that he's done. I really, I do like the new pickup. Like I said, eliminated a lot of extraneous noise and with a lot of gain, if I'm using a lot of gain, obviously. I'm kind of getting more and more used to the guitar. I'm going to say that the flat wounds, they need to come off. They're nice and round sounding, or kind of full, but I also think the word would be dull. So cool experiment, and now I'm going to kind of go back into using just normal round wound strings. The funny thing about this set is it's actually, I bought some flat wounds and they're pretty expensive, so I wouldn't do that again. And then I realized I had one old set of like a jazz flat wound set that has a wound G. And so I put these on and I go, I don't really remember that being wound. And then I realized these are huge and the guitar wasn't necessarily set up for this gauge of string. But anyway, I think I'll probably try to do some heavier examples as far as like heavier guitar tones now. A little bit of echo. So, like I say, that's a pretty decent sound. I'm playing through a Paul Reed Smith MT15, pretty high gain amp, and I think it does the trick. I'm excited to kind of again get round wounds on these and try it again with that. I've had these on here basically for the last 4 months, the round wounds, or flat wounds, excuse me, and after playing this and I've got back into it with the new pickup, I think it's time to kind of go back and see what heavy stuff sounds like. The one thing I've noticed with all the interactions I've had with people on my site or on my channel with the guitar, it's always about the pickups, and obviously that's a great thing to check and change and kind of switch out. It's like what we all do. I've tried lots of different pickups in all my guitars, like we all have. For this guitar, I think the Curtis Novak, he does a really, really great job. So I highly recommend those pickups. And it's just fun to try different things. On all my different guitars, it's rare that I've been really upset or kind of let down. I've had lots of kind of neutral experiences, which is kind of funny after spending so much money on pickups, and I just kind of, once I get to a decent spot, I just leave it. So I'm probably there with this guitar. Again, once I get some gigs under my belt playing it, we'll kind of go from there. That's the fun thing about a guitar like this. It's a completely new guitar for me. Like I've said in my other review, I never even thought about getting a guitar like this till I saw this, and I kind of saw how much it was, and I saw so much, such an upswell in people talking about offset guitars. And I've definitely seen other offset guitars like K-Line, and there's some other stuff out there that are really intriguing now, and it definitely, this is what started it. And now that I have one, I think I would kind of like to try some other ones down the road as well. I appreciate you watching, and again, check out my other videos if you want to see more about the Jazzmaster. All right, thank you. Thanks for watching.